So it's been almost a week since Sarah arrived, and a lot has happened, but I wanted to start this blog post off by thanking my colleagues in this year's India Institute for a fantastic experience. Just great thinkers, great people, great conversations. Here we are on the top of Humayun's tomb, and in particular, I'd like to thank our four facilitators, Dan, Bev, Marilyn, and Mina, who really took this thing on as a labor of love. Very, very difficult thing to do, and it's a great experience that I'm sure I'll be processing for years to come. So I was feeling a little bit awkward about moving out of a place that I'd been at for 30 days with a new group of friends, and what better way to get comfortable than to have a Japanese lunch with my wife. It just seemed right. We're staying at a different place. It has the oldest Japanese restaurant in Delhi, and pretty darn good too. We met up with her cousins, Sufyan and Fauzia, right there, and visited a number of things that I had seen before, but that were new to Sarah, including pictured here the Qutub Minar. And we did some things that wouldn't have been possible at the India Institute. One thing that was really kind of fun is we got into a massive traffic jam on a weekend and went into a very, very posh mall, which you can see right here. That was pretty fun. It was somewhat familiar and somewhat foreign both at the same time. There were a lot of familiar brands, a lot of Indian brands, but just in general, the one thing I can say for sure, the food court food was just way, way better. We've also had the chance to break the fast with them at their house a couple of times. On the right, you can see the iftar dinner. There is more to come. This is the very beginning. Just a wonderful experience, and they're just fantastic people. We returned to Agra, which I had been to about 2 weeks ago, but got to add a couple of things that didn't quite make the menu for the India Institute. One of them is Akbar's tomb. You can see the gate to the left with its 4 minarets, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful bilateral symmetry. And to the right are some is a detail of just what you can see on the roof of Akbar's tomb. Absolutely beautiful. We also went to Idamud-ud-Daula's tomb. Sometimes this is known as the mini Taj. It comes before the Taj Mahal, and to my knowledge, it's the first sort of all-marble constructed tomb of the Mughals. This is built by Nur Jahan, Jahangir's favorite wife, for her father, who I believe was the head treasurer of the empire at the time. Absolutely elegant, beautiful stuff, and as you can see over here, it actually uses that Pietradura technique well before the Taj Mahal as well. In this case, in a very figural way, with bottles of wine. So we had 2 days in Agra, and I thought it would be great to do the Taj in the morning again because there was virtually nobody there. That worked out great. So we ended the evening by going to Mehtap Bagh, which is an Akbar-era garden that's directly across from the Taj Mahal. And so this was the last thing we saw before returning to the hotel room. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, there really isn't a bad angle on the Taj Mahal, but the front was stellar, and the back, as you can see, gives you a whole different kind of view of the structure. We also met these kids, and that was kind of great. These kids were pretty interested in us. We were very out of our element here, driven through a little village, and they were hoping we had chocolate. We didn't have chocolate, but we took their pictures, and they seemed to just be really, really nice folks. We also then visited Fatehpur Sikri. I'm not going to include pictures because I did last time. But this gave us the opportunity to get Sarah her first tuk-tuk ride, the little auto rickshaws. I'm including this one because, you know, Sarah looks kind of in place and kind of out of place in that she's got that rock star haircut and glasses, but people keep looking at us, not kind of knowing whether we're from around there. You know, they want to ask things like, what countries do we come from, assuming that we must be separate. And then I just wanted to point out this guy right here. Yeah, he's a hitchhiker we picked up on the way down the hill. Didn't seem to bother the tuk-tuk driver in the least. So after this, we actually went on the road, completing a Golden Triangle trip, and went out to Jaipur. So much has happened that I thought I'm going to break these things down into two blog posts. I'm sorry I couldn't get this one up earlier. We had very low connectivity in Agra and Jaipur. So in a couple of days here, I'll get you the Jaipur and return leg.